I'm so excited to share with you about this weekend's gospel, which is the Transfiguration, where Jesus took Peter, James, and John with him, and he went up this high hill called Mount Tabor. And when he was up on Mount Tabor, suddenly Jesus began to glow, right? Just like this shining, brilliant, brilliant light. And they truly saw God's glory. Right? We know that God was a human being, that Jesus, right, that he took on human flesh, that he became a human being while still remaining God. So within his one person, when people saw him, they were seeing God and man. But that his divinity, the fact that he was God, like that glory and that brilliant shining, like I am God, right? That was kind of like kept hidden, right? It was kind of like kept within. Under wraps, like there's a veil over it, like there's a veil, like so you couldn't see. But at the Transfiguration, all of a sudden it was like, whoosh, look, I'm God, right? And they just saw this brilliant shiningness. Jesus always was God, right? And he still is God. And that glory and that power of God and his love and everything was always within him. The people just didn't see it. But at the Transfiguration, Peter, James, and John, all of a sudden, they just saw everything that was always right there within Jesus. And it's amazing. And it was like this incredibly brilliant, beautiful, beautiful moment. And we might think like, oh gosh, I wish I could see that. But we need to believe and know that God is with us, right? That God is with us in the Eucharist. We might not see it, but he's there. That same power is there, even though what we see is the bread, right? That glory is shining. And what's amazing is when we receive Jesus and he comes to live within us, he now lives within us, which means that glory is within us. Which is that any of us that are living our lives the way God calls us to and that are in a state of grace, when we look at other people, right, we just see them. But the fact of the matter is that glory, that light, that just grace of God is truly alive within others. It's so beautiful. It's like mind-blowing. So when you look at your parents, when you look at your siblings, when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, just know that you might not see it, but if you're able to pull that veil back, you are shining. You have God's truly nothing less than the same exact light that was shining at the Transfiguration that is shining within you. I want you to think about that and to pray about that and say, how should I treat someone different if I know that God's alive within them, right? We don't see it, but he's there. Let us pray and ask God to help us to become more and more aware of the way in which he is present within us, and let us rejoice and live our lives, loving others as if God's in them because he is, and even loving ourselves as if God's in us because he is. God bless you.